欢迎乡亲继续收看《华视台语新闻杂志》。中国甲美国拍贸易战，牵动全球的局势。台湾伫面对贸易战的时阵，应该安怎打造小型开放经济体均富之路呢？华视新闻甲天下杂志合作，要带你前进北欧，来吸取到丹麦的经验。丹麦甲台湾同款，嘛是以中小企业为经济发展的重心。但是，人丹麦是全球好业产差上细的国家，而且伫世界竞争力的排名是排第10名。为什么丹麦的产业有这么高的竞争力呢？丹麦成功的关键佫是啥呢？透过镜头，咱做伙来了解。
早上6点，当大家仍在梦乡里 ，Danish Crown 的工人们已经忙得不可开交。这里是 Danish Crown 位在霍尔森的猪肉屠宰场，也是全球最先进的屠宰场。他们将猪肉卖到130个国家，2018年合并营收就达到3000亿台币。看透猪的一切，就是他们成功的秘诀。
It is to detect how much meat is it, and how much fat it is. And for that, you need to use the ultrasound, and that means that if a customer from Taiwan needs a specific quality, then we can deliver it.
猪只装上装有晶片的挂钩，经过超音波测量后，每只猪的肥肉瘦肉比例一览无遗。根据获得的数据，机械手臂便能准确分离肥瘦肉，进行切块后，专家就上场了。
Every single thing you see here, we know exactly where to go. The cut that's taken off will be trimmed and sold for Japan. The ribs will be going for America.
台湾喜欢梅花肉，英国则偏好大里脊。工人会依据不同国家的下单需求，将台面上的肉块切分成至少20个部位，目标是让每只猪都能达到物尽其用，完全不浪费，而赚的钱都跟养殖户共享。
And there's nobody stealing the money from the farmers. So actually, we are owned by the farmers, and it is farmers that are represented in our board.
Danish Crown 其实是个由6830位会员组成的超大合作社，而身为会员的猪农可以投票选出替他们争取权益的代表与董事。简单来说，团结小农能决定大企业的未来方向，彼此互利共生。
We can always sell our pigs at a fair price. We trust that they are paying a market price. And if not, farmers will leave Danish Crown or find something else to do, shut down the pork producing business.
小农有权，当然也有把猪养好的义务。Danish Crown 每周会将数据提供给猪农，肥肉有固定比例，太多价格就差，若不改善就会被迫离开。因此，丹麦猪每一餐都吃得非常有学问。
In Denmark, we know more of how to feed the pigs than we do of how to feed humans. We have the grain, we have the barley and the wheat and the soybean, but also minerals, vitamins. She will give birth maybe 2.3 times a year, but it could vary from 15 to 28 pigs.
运用科技采取活动式栅栏，放慢母猪躺下速度，避免小猪被压死，提高存活率。不同类型的猪怎么吃、怎么养，这些对丹麦猪农们来说都是基本知识。没有独门秘诀，是丹麦养猪产业界的共识。对他们来说，无私的合作分享，才能创造最大利益。热腾腾的猪肉蔬菜汤出炉，这里可不是让你饱餐一顿的餐厅，而是丹麦科学研究院肉品的研究所。
One thing when you work with pork is always the boar-tainted meat, and we are really the experts in how to evaluate that taste in meat or in pork products. That they are experts in preparing samples exactly the same that they can introduce to the panel.
研究如何透过烹饪消除猪骚味，让丹麦猪肉到哪吃起来都是好味。他们甚至还为产业研发全球第一台能侦测出肉块是否有塑胶残留的扫描机，避免工人作业时的粗心大意。
That's the whole idea of what we do. So we should, on a commercial basis, provide innovation and technology for the Danish industry, essentially. And we also work not for profit. which doesn't mean that we work for free. It means that the profit we make will stay in the organization and will be invested in our own research and development.
肉品研究所的经费来自于猪农合作社，卖机器赚的获利也只用在研发上。同时，丹麦还有种猪基因研究公司，培育存活率高、吃得少却长得好的种猪，单只要价1万美元以上。这些跨领域机构都乐当猪农智囊团，他们目标清楚，就是要让丹麦猪称霸世界。
Danish farmers they have reached this level because for 150 years. Education has been an integrated part of agriculture here. So they used to learning about new technologies, about new management methods. It's been their way of surviving.
1864年德丹战争，丹麦战败，当时德国占领绝大部分的工厂。在最糟的时刻，丹麦农民发现英国等欧洲国家对于奶制品与猪肉的需求增加，决定转向畜牧业发展，创立合作社，一起分摊风险，共享利润，求生存，并将养猪的知识一代传一代。
Basically, everyone working in agriculture in this country, they have education, as a minimum 1.5-year education. Just to be able to work in a farm.
在丹麦，想在农场工作，至少要学1年半的基础训练。想买农场，你得上技术、生产管理、农业经济学的5年课程，变成懂得看财报的专业经理人才行。丹麦模式下的养猪管理，从农场软硬体设计到人才培育，一切与猪有关的环节，现在已经被当成专业知识输出海外。
但是我们在这边就是可以学到说，我们从饲养管理的角度切入，然后可以知道那个疾病可以怎么样更好的处理。但是其实有些问题其实是饲养管理就可以解决，不用一直投抗生素。
屏科大透过选拔，将学生送去丹麦取经，接受3个月浓缩版农业课程，在农场实习，边学边做，希望学个一招半式回台湾。
其实你可以看到这里的农民，他们非常的团结，因为他们觉得说我们都不是竞争者，我们的竞争者是外面的人，所以我们应该要一起好，然后把这个猪肉卖到全世界各地。那我觉得我们现在应该要面临像这样子的转型。
我们在场的每个同学都是心里就是想要回馈，如果我们只是单纯的回去，好，各自解散之后，学生回到学生，硕士回到硕士，是不是应该要有一个管道，可以让我们做到这个回馈的动作
？1982年，农业强国丹麦曾爆发口蹄疫，当时从丹麦手中夺下日本市场的是台湾。然而30几年后，丹麦不仅夺回市场，台湾还得跨海向其取经。这群学生在异乡学懂了丹麦模式，说来简单也不可思议，那就是抛开私利，在困境中互相合作，一起提升，找出独特的竞争力。也想将产业升级的台湾，是否能凝聚力量做到改变呢？